custom review, and today we're looking at the Transformers Titans Return Shattered Glass Devcon. Now, it has been a really long time since I've done like an original-ish idea for like a Shattered Glass thing. I think the last one was like Springer, where basically I just kind of like take a character and make my own Shattered Glass version of them. And so with the Studio Series 86 Scourge being a thing, obviously the Titans Return one is null and void. So I was like, why not? So the colors I used some Park Green, some Chrome Silver, Gunmetal, some Black, and some Red. Now, I also used spray black. It was like just basic black. To me, a brand black, like you've probably seen on the channel at some point. But I realized I threw out the bottle by accident, so I can't show the bottle because I used all of it. This was like the very last bit of black I had. I ended up using on this. So I have it here on a stand just because I don't know, at the bottom of it, like scraping and all that. So, which surprisingly works. Like, it has this whole system, which this was talked about in 2016, but I'm going to talk about it now. Like, it has this whole dumb thing where, like, it's on the bottom of these panels that move, but, like, it's actually pretty sturdy. I'm kind of amazed. Anyways, getting off the stand. All close up. You're going to see some nice stuff going on. Like, as you can tell, this is very much based on animated Lockdown, or just Lockdown in general, because that is the go-to take. Just because, and for Transformers Animated, like, I don't know if it was the All-Spark Almanac or if I just saw Digibash online. I really can't remember. But I saw, like, animated Lugnut, like, for Shattered Glass was in G1 Devcon colors. So I thought the reverse might be fun. And this is what happened. So anyways, you got some Chrome Silver going on in these vents. Got the Park Green there and there. Just painted this black. I actually repainted the red there because it was really bad on my copy. I also repainted these because these were silver initially. And some gunmetal. So yeah, this is less painted than the original one, which is kind of ironic considering that was the issue people had with the Titans Return one. But well, as you can tell, I also left in some blue just to give it like its own sort of spin instead of just being locked down, but with a Devcon face. Because honestly, I think after doing this custom, this could work pretty well for like a Generations Lockdown. If you get the right head sculpt, I think it'll look nice. But yeah, of course you just pop that in that stand port. Now he's going the other way. Oh yeah, and the feet actually, so the whole, like the legs and then the cape parts were spray painted black, but the feet were hand painted black. As well as some other stuff like that right there was hand painted. The only spray painted parts were most of the vehicle mode. But yeah, with that all said, let's go ahead and get him into his robot mode. And here he is all transformed, which as you can see, this is he has a lot more blue going on. I left a bit more. Like, pretty much all the blue here is just from the Titans Return Scourge toy. For one reason or another, either for style or the sake of I didn't want to paint a joint. But before we look at everything else, let's go ahead and look at the head right quick. Which, as you can see, it is not Scourge, but it is a Shapeways Devcon head. And then the arms of the Titan Master were also painted black, just to kind of match. Because this face is small. Like I don't know what happened with like Scourge and Titans Return, but for some reason, his face is super duper thin. Like you can see like the entire arm right there of the Titan Master just hanging out, whereas normally it's like most of the Titan Master is covered up by the face. It's just really weird. It's very jarring when I was painting this. But as you can see, I did the asymmetry stuff that Lockdown's known for, like the legs. Did very differently. And then the arms, one has the lime green, one just has the silver. But then the forearm down is the same there. which I ended up leaving in blue in the front and on the back because I thought it just looked nice. Yeah, I do really love how this thing turned out. I just think it's, I mean, granted, Animated Lockdown has a banger of a color scheme. Completely wins, hands down. It's not hard to please when you're black and lime green and God knows what else. But I mean, I think it really does work well on here. Like, again, I could totally see someone doing like a full-on Lockdown custom from this. Because it vaguely reminds me of that MMC one, because I know they tried to make him like a jet or something like it was in IDW, but for me that didn't really work. But this I could believe a little bit more. This is slightly more believable for me. But yeah, this custom isn't really too bad to do. It's just you got to get some stuff. Like you got to get the Shapeways face and all. Which, note, mine actually broke when I was putting it in. Like I screwed it in too much and like it just snapped and I glued it on. Which speaking of broke, I want to mention one other weird thing about whenever I painted this figure. If you could see, one leg has a screw and one does not. Because for some reason, when I was taking this whole thing apart, this leg would not accept getting another screw in. Like, it would get way too tight before I would get all the way in. And I don't know what was happening, but the knee joint still works fine. Like, it's a little bit less tight, but it's not so bad to where he can't pose or do anything. It's weirding me out. Like, I don't know what I did. I offended this toy in some way, and I'm very sorry. But, yeah. Anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So, be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews, and please don't forget to subscribe. You just come check out my Facebook and Tumblr pages, links in the description below. And you can also come join the Infinite Sun Discord server, also linked in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.